Bill O'Reilly here. Tuesday, March 17th, 2020, St. Patrick's Day. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Trump says the next 15 days are critical in fighting corona. San Francisco orders residents to, quote, shelter in place. Stocks continue to slide. U.S. airlines ask for a federal bailout. 20% of Americans believe they will contract the contagion. Also ahead, what Americans really think about the virus. But first, the facts. President Trump issuing new guidelines telling reporters the next 15 days are pivotal in slowing down the coronavirus. The Fed's asking all Americans to avoid crowds, work from home, stay away from restaurants, bars, and movie theaters, many of which are closed. The restrictions are in place until April. San Francisco, surrounding counties, ordering citizens to, quote, shelter in place, virtually closing all non-essential businesses for the next 3 weeks. Residents are discouraged from even leaving their homes in the Bay Area. Stocks witnessing their worst day since 1987 yesterday, dropping nearly 3,000 points as businesses closed doors and sent workers home to comply with the CDC. The Fed slashing interest rates to near zero and injecting $750 billion into the economy to try to help. If you have to borrow money, now is the time to do it. U.S. airlines asking the feds for $50 billion to help survive the global outbreak. A group representing Delta, United, Southwest, American, and others say the industry needs $25 billion in outright grants and another $25 in zero-interest loans. Some carriers are slashing routes by 75% because people don't want to fly. Recent study says 1 in 5 Americans believe they will contract corona within the next few months. Also, 20% of adults suffer from extreme anxiety over exposure to the illness. 18% of millennials believe they've already got it. And more than half in this country say they are now frightened to leave their own home. Half. Wow. In a moment, a new poll asks Americans direct questions about the contagion. Right back with that. Take the Omega XL 30-day test and put pain to rest. Bill O'Reilly here. You know that pain and stiffness in your back, neck, knees, or hips that never gets better? Tackle the root cause of your pain, inflammation. It's like a raging fire in your body. If you don't put it out, it can cause serious problems. That's why I take Omega XL, powerful natural supplement shown in 30 years of research to relieve joint and muscle pain caused by inflammation. Omega XL is a unique oil extract from green-lipped mussels from the pristine waters of New Zealand. It is safe, small, easy to swallow. So take the Omega XL 30-day test and put pain to rest. To get my special discount, please visit omegaxl.com/bill. Omega, the letters XL.com/bill. omegaxl.com/bill. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. So what do you think about the virus situation? Well, a Wall Street Journal is out with a new poll, and it's, well, a little dubious, but I'm going to run it down for you. The problem with most polling in the United States is that the polling people ask a certain group about a question knowing what answer they will get. For example, in this Wall Street Journal poll, 900 registered voters are asked questions, but about half of them are Democrats. So that skews the poll left. If it were 50-50, Democrats, Republicans, with independents added in, then the poll would be fair. So this is called push polling. The polling operation wants a certain answer, so it stacks the deck to get that answer. So keep all that in mind as I tell you what the results of the Wall Street Journal poll are. First question. How do you feel about the possibility that you or someone in your immediate family might catch the virus? 53% are worried or somewhat worried. 47% not too worried, not worried at all. Do you approve or disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling the coronavirus? Approve, 45%, disapprove, 51%. Now, that's just what his job approval rating is in general. So there's no movement there. Third question. How much confidence do you have in the federal government to deal with the outbreak of corona? Total confidence, 62%. Wow, that's that big government Democratic movement. No confidence, 36%. Not sure, 2%. How much confidence do you have in President Trump to deal with the outbreak of the coronavirus? Total confidence, 48. No confidence, 50. Now, that's not a bad number for Donald Trump because there are more Democrats being polled than Republicans. And 48 confident, 50 no confident, with the margin of error being 4%, that's a good number, as I said, for the president. Do you have confidence in Donald Trump breaking it down by party? Republicans in America, 81% have confidence in the president, 14% do not. This is Republicans. Democrats, 13% have confidence, 84% do not. Again, these numbers are pretty much steady for every issue, not just the virus. And finally, which of the following best describes your feelings about the coronavirus in the USA? The worst is behind us, 6%. The worst is yet to come, 60%. The virus is not likely to be that major of a problem, 31%. But of course, it will be a problem because of the upcoming recession that will hit this country, and that will influence all kinds of voting patterns come November. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com, where we provide fact-based, fair, and honest analysis of important stories that directly affect you. Recently, the stock market has dropped significantly, as you know, and the coronavirus pandemic has already impacted Americans' IRAs and 401ks. Experts are forecasting a long-lasting, possible pullback. So now is the logical time to explore alternatives to protect what you have worked for. Many Americans are moving to physical gold and silver as a recession-proof safe haven for their retirement. American Hartford Gold Group is a trusted leader in gold and silver, and it's easy to get started. They are family-owned and have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. If you are listening to me right now, get a free silver coin from my friends at American Hartford Gold Group. Just give them a call, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD. Call now to claim your free silver gift for a limited time, or visit them on the web at www.billfreecoin.com. That's 877-444-4653 or billfreecoin.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. For the first time since 1762, 14 years before the Declaration of Independence, New York City has canceled the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade because of the coronavirus. While folks will not be marching down Manhattan's Fifth Avenue, millions of Americans will mark the day with corned beef and perhaps a glass of Guinness. Here's how it all began. Patrick was born in Roman-occupied Britain in the late 4th century and was kidnapped at the age of 16, then taken to Ireland as a slave. He eventually escaped, but returned to the island years later as a monk to convert the locals to Christianity. During his lifetime, St. Patrick established dozens of monasteries, churches, and religious schools. Folklore surrounding Patrick quickly spread among the Irish, including claims he drove all of the snakes into the sea, even though there were no snakes in Ireland. Too rainy and cold. In the 18th century, immigrants brought the legend of St. Patrick to the New World. Boston held its first parade in 1737. Today, towns across America honor the Catholic saint in many ways. Since 1962, Chicago has used non-toxic food coloring to turn its river green. McDonald's offers the Shamrock Shake to customers. Even sales for Lucky Charms cereal with the leprechaun jump 50% in March. And here's something else you might not know. One of the biggest meals associated with St. Patrick's Day really isn't Irish at all. During the 18th and 19th centuries, beef was not typically consumed in the British Isles. Cows were largely used for labor and milk. Most preferred fish, pork, and lamb. After arriving in New York City, many Irish settled in Lower Manhattan. Facing widespread prejudice from the locals, the newcomers purchased meat from their Jewish neighbors at kosher butcher shops. Most popular item, brined brisket. The Irish bought the beef, threw it in a pot with cabbage and potatoes, and the rest is history, as they say. Have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Back after this. As we begin 2020, let's think about what that means. It's a crucial election year, but 2020 also means perfect vision, which means it's time to look clearly and realistically into your future. Because even if you're relatively healthy now, you or your spouse may soon need to pay for expensive medical care. The good news is, if you are age 75 or older and own a life insurance policy worth $100,000 or more, We Buy 75 is waiting to appraise it free and help you convert it into more cash than you've ever dreamed possible. Please call 844-WE-BUY-75 or visit WeBuy75, You'll never have to pay a life insurance premium again. There's no better feeling than having all the cash you need. And for the fun stuff, you've got it. You've seen and heard about We Buy 75 on TV and radio. So please call 844-WE-BUY-75 or visit WeBuy75.com today. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.